these streets where our laughter used to be. The echoes of your voice now frozen in me. Every step I take, every shadow I meet, reminds me of a love that turned to defeat. I reach for your hand, I reach for your flame, but the roads grew colder and nothing stayed the same. I thought we had forever, I thought you'd stay, but the truth came slowly and pulled you away. Cold roads, colder truths, left my heart aching, left me bruised. Every kiss, every touch, every word we knew slipped through my fingers, vanished from view. I'm standing alone where our fire once burned, haunted forever by lessons unlearned. Cold roads, colder truths, left me longing for the warmth of our youth. I see your shadow in the dim street light. A love that was ours vanished from sight. I tried to forgive, I tried to hold tight, but some hearts vanish into endless night. I gave you my soul, I gave you my flame, but the cold roads claimed it all, nothing stayed the same. I reached for your hand, I reached for your heart, but the colder truth tore us apart. Cold roads, colder truths, left my heart aching, left me bruised. Every kiss, every touch, every word we knew slipped through my fingers, vanished from view. I'm standing alone where our fire once burned, haunted forever by lessons unlearned. Cold roads, colder truths, left me longing for the warmth of our youth. Maybe someday the sun will shine. Maybe someday your heart will be mine. But tonight I'm trapped in the ghost of you, a love abandoned, leaving nothing true. Cold roads, colder truths, every hope, every dream, every whispered proof I'm still standing, but hollow inside, haunted once knew. Even as the years fade away, I'll remember the cold roads and colder truths. Cold roads, colder truths. Cold stars over empty streets. I walk alone where we used to meet. Your name still hangs in the midnight air, like a promise broken, still standing there. Footsteps echo what we used to be. Two shadows chasing a fragile dream. Now every life feels distant and weak. Cold stars over empty streets. I thought love would guide me home, but it left me learning how to be alone. Cold stars over empty streets. Every memory cuts me deep. Your laughter fades with every step. I'm holding on to what's left. I search your face in strangers I meet, but it's just me and the cold concrete. Cold stars over empty streets, and a heart that still believes. Windows glow with someone else's light, someone else's love, someone else's night. I trace your words in the falling snow, like you might come back if I don't let go. I gave you more than I could keep. Now silence sings me back to sleep. Every goodbye still feels incomplete under cold stars over empty streets. I called your name in the quiet dark, but you were already too far apart. Cold stars over empty streets. Every memory cuts me deep. Your laughter fades with every step. I'm Where love once felt complete, I gave you my soul, I gave you my truth. Now I'm learning how to love without you. The world keeps turning, but I freeze, stuck in the place you left in me. Cold stars over empty streets, and a love that never leaves. If you ever look up and feel the cold, know I'm still here, still holding on under cold stars over empty streets. The night was quiet, the sky was pale. I reached for your warmth, but it always failed. Every laugh we shared, every soft embrace, now replaced by frost in this empty space. I tried to hold on, I tried to stay, but the cold crept in and you slipped away. I thought, oh, we had forever, I thought you'd remain, but the frost came quietly and left only pain. The night frost took your place, left my heart frozen, my soul erased. Every kiss, every touch, every whisper vow, lost in the chill where our dreams can't grow. I'm standing alone where a fire once burned, haunted forever by lessons unlearned. The night frost took your place, left me aching for the warmth of your face. I see your shadow in the silver light. A love that was ours vanished from sight. I tried to forgive, I tried to believe, but some hearts vanish and leave frost to grieve. I gave you my soul, I gave you my flame, but the cold claimed it all, nothing stayed the same. I reached for your hand, I reached for your heart, but the frost settled in left me aching for the warmth of your face. Maybe someday the sun will shine, maybe someday this frost will unwind, but tonight I'm trapped in the ghost of you. Love abandoned, leaving nothing true. The night frost took your place. Every hope, every dream, every sweet trace. I'm still standing, but hollow inside, haunted forever by the love that died. The world moves on, but I remain. Carry echoes of winter pain. The night frost took your place, left my heart frozen, longing for warmth I'll never embrace. Even as the years fade away, I'll remember the night frost took your place. The night frost took your place. The sky turned gray, the wind whispered your name. Every step I took felt colder than the same. The warmth we shared dissolved into frost. A love once alive, now completely lost. I reached for your hand, I reached for your flame, but winter arrived and nothing stayed the same. I thought we had forever, I thought you'd remain, but the frost of your absence built a world of pain. A winter built from goodbye left my heart frozen, left my soul to cry. Every kiss, every hug, every whispered vow shattered inside us, warm to allow. I'm standing alone where a fire once burned, haunted forever by lessons unlearned. A winter built from goodbye left me aching, longing for love that died. I see your shadow in the pale moonlight. A love that was ours vanished from sight. I tried to forgive, I tried to hold tight, but some hearts vanish to an endless night. I gave you my soul, I gave you my flame, but the frost claimed it all. Nothing stayed the same. I reached for your hand, I reached for your heart, but a winter The snow falls softly on the ground, covering all the words we said. Promises whispered in the dark, now lie frozen cold and dead. I walk through the quiet streets where our laughter used to live, but every step reminds me of the love you couldn't give. I reach for the warmth of yesterday, but it slips like frozen rain, and every memory I hold is wrapped in quiet pain. Snowfall over broken promises, covering the dreams we lost. Every vow we made together now comes at such a cost. I'm left in the silence of a heart you couldn't keep. Snowfall over broken promises, buries the love too deep. I see your face in fleeting flakes, hear your voice in the breeze, but the touch we shared together has vanished with such ease. The fire we built so brightly is gone beneath the snow, and every hope I held for us has nowhere left to go. I tried to gather pieces of a love that couldn't stay, but snowfall keeps the echoes of the words we couldn't say. Snowfall over broken promises, covering the dreams we lost. Every vow we made together now comes at such a cost. I'm left in the silence of a heart you couldn't keep. Snowfall over broken promises, buries the love too deep. Maybe someday spring will come and melt the frozen ache, but tonight I'm trapped in sorrow with every step I take. Every flake becomes a memory, every frost a painful trace, and I'm walking through the cold of a love I can't replace. Snowfall over broken promises, covering the dreams we lost. Every vow we made together now comes at such a cost. I'm left in the silence of a heart you couldn't keep. Snowfall over broken promises, buries the love too deep. Snowfall over broken promises, a heart left in the snow. a love that faded quietly, with nowhere left to go. The nights grew longer, the streets went quiet. Your voice disappeared, but the pain stayed violent. I watched our memories turn into frost. Every promise we made slowly got lost. I waited for you in the coldest light, but winter was there every lonely night. I thought your arms would come pull me through, but the cold wrapped around me when I lost you. When winter held me tighter than you ever did, I learned what it meant to be truly alone. Your love let go, but the cold never quit. It stayed with me long after you were gone. I reached for warmth, I reached for truth, but all I could hold was the ache of you. When winter held me tighter, that's when I knew I'd lost you forever. Your footsteps faded in falling snow. You didn't look back, you didn't slow. I tried to be strong, I tried to survive, but loving you was the coldest fight. Every breath feels sharp in my chest, like winter remembers what you left. I called your name into empty skies, but only the wind dared to reply. When winter held me tighter than you ever did, I learned what it meant to be truly alone. Your love let go, but the cold never quit. It stayed with me long after you were gone. I reached for warmth, I reached for truth, but all I could hold was the ache of you. When winter held me tighter, that's when I knew I lost you forever. Maybe someday the snow will melt, maybe someday I won't feel this, but tonight the frost knows my name, and your absence cuts deeper than pain. When winter held me tighter than your goodbye, I felt my heart slowly turn to stone. You walked away, I stayed and cried, learning how to survive alone. If love was real, it wouldn't free. it's the night I lost you. We were standing so close to the edge of forever, your hand in mine, but your heart somewhere else. I felt the warmth, but it never stayed long, like winter sunlight that fades before dawn. Every promise trembled, afraid to be real. I loved you fully, you loved me in pieces I couldn't feel. You said almost, I heard someday, but almost love slowly froze my faith. The chill of almost love, colder than being alone, so close to your heart, yet miles from home. Every touch stopped us short of enough, every word wrapped in silence and bluff. I gave you my all, you gave me just because. Now I'm left freezing in the chill of almost love. I waited in rooms where you never arrived, defended your name just to feel you alive. You held me gently, then pulled away, like you were afraid of what staying would say. I tried to be patient, tried to be strong, but loving halfway still hurts just as long. Some loves don't end, they just fade away, leaving a chill where forever should stay. The chill of almost love. The streets are quiet, the night stands still. Your name echoes where my heart used to heal. Footprints fade where we once stood. Promises frozen in misunderstood. I held your hand as a cold moved in, but winter was louder than where we'd been. I tried to believe love could survive, but the snow kept secrets we couldn't hide. Every dream, every tear, every line we crossed, it felt so softly, but it hurt so deep. Covered the vows we couldn't keep. I'm standing alone where we used to go. You forgot us fast, but the snow still knows. Snow knows what we lost. Your silence grew colder than the air. I spoke your name, but you weren't there. The nights grew long, the mornings broke. I learned how love can slowly choke. I wrapped myself in memories you left behind. You let me freeze while you moved on. I stayed too long, but you were gone. Snow knows what we lost. Every dream, every tear, every line we crossed, it felt so softly, but it hurt so deep. Covered the vows we couldn't keep. I'm standing alone where we used to go. You forgot us fast, but the snow still knows. Snow knows what we lost. Maybe spring will come someday. Maybe my heart will thaw and change. But tonight I'm buried in white and blue, still holding on to the ghost of you. Snow knows what we lost. The love I gave, the pain it caused. Every goodbye you never said still echoes loud inside my head. The world moves on, but I move slow. You let me go, but the snow still knows. Snow knows where you're lost. When the cold fades and the ice lets go, There's one truth I'll always know. You may forget, you may outgrow, but the snow remembers what we lost. The air was sharp, the night stood still. Your name echoes where my heart once healed. We promised warmth when the world turned gray, but winter came and you slipped away. I watched our memories lose their glow, like fragile footprints buried in snow. I held on tight, I begged you to stay, but the cold had more to say. Winter took the last piece of me, left my heart cracked silently. Every kiss, every truth I believed, frozen to scars you never relieved. I'm standing here where love used to breathe, empty hands, nothing left to keep. Winter took the last piece of me. Your voice still lives in the frozen air, a broken promise I still wear. I tried to smile, I tried to be strong, but nights grow longer when you're gone. I gave you all I had inside. You walked away and left me ice cold inside. I reached for your warmth, I reached for your light, but winter claimed another night. Winter took the last piece of me, left my heart cracked silently. Every kiss, every truth I believe, frozen to scars you never relieved. I'm standing here where love used to breathe, empty hands, nothing left to keep. Winter took the last piece of me. Maybe spring will find me someday, teach my heart how to feel okay. But right now I'm lost in the blue, learning how to live without you. Winter took the last piece of me, every hope buried underneath. I'm still breathing, but barely alive, surviving the cold you left behind. The world moves on, but I still see the part of my heart winter took from me. Winter took the last piece of me. If love ever comes back to me, I hope it's warmer than the memory. of the winter night took the last piece of me. We used to burn through the darkest nights. Your hands were home, your eyes were light. But slowly your warmth began to fade. Promises cracked in the plans we made. I stood outside while you shut the door, feeling smaller than I was before. I waited for you to come back around, but love grows silent without a sound. Love left out in the cold, shivering stories that never got told. Every touch, every vow, every piece of my soul froze in the space where you let me go. I begged for warmth, but you turned away. And when I learned my heart's name, love left out in the cold, still aching for a hand to hold. I see your face in the frozen glass, a ghost of us from a warmer past. I try to stay strong, try to be brave, but love can't survive where it's not saved. You walked ahead, I fell behind, counting the seconds. You changed your mind. I kept believing you'd feel the pain, but some hearts don't feel the rain. Love left out in the cold, shivering stories that never got told. Every touch, every vow, every piece of my soul froze in the space where you let me go. I begged for warmth, but you turned away. And when I learned my heart's name, love left out in the cold, still aching for a hand to hold. If I had known I'd freeze alone, I would have wrapped my heart in stone. But I believed in the fire we made, didn't see love slowly decay. Love left out in the cold, every dream abandoned, and every truth sold. I'm still breathing, but I feel so small, like I was nothing to you at all. The world moves on, but I stay the same, still whispering your name. Love left out in the cold, a broken heart growing old. If you ever feel the winter too, knowing Leaves fell slowly from the trees, like the pieces of my heart. Every whisper of your name tore me slowly apart. I walk through empty streets alone, with shadows where you stood. A love that once felt endless now vanished like it should. I tried to hold the warmth that slipped away with time, but some wounds never fade, and some losses never rhyme. A season that hurt too long, a heart that can't let go. The echoes of our laughter are buried under snow. I'm trapped in the silence of the love we used to know. A season that hurt too long, and the ache just seems to grow. The nights are colder than before. Your absence chills my bones. Every memory we shared feels like shattered stones. I reach for fleeting moments, but they crumble in my hand. And every dream I carried now drifts like grains of sand. Try to fight the sorrow, but it lingers in the air. A love that couldn't survive the weight it couldn't bear. A season that hurt too long, a heart that can't let go. The echoes of our laughter are buried under snow. I'm trapped in the silence of the love we used to know. A season that hurt too long, and the ache just seems to grow. Maybe time will heal the wounds and bring the sun again, but tonight I'm still drowning in the loss I can't defend. Every tear becomes a river, every memory a frost, and I'm left with empty hands, counting everything I've lost. A season that hurt too long, a heart that can't let go. The echoes of our laughter are buried under snow. I'm trapped in the silence of the love we used to know. A season that hurt too long, and the ache just seems to grow. A season that hurt too long, a love that couldn't stay, a heart still searching for you in the cold of yesterday. The night fell slow on empty streets. My breath turned white, my heart skipped beats. I waited where you said you'd be, but silence answered quietly. The snow kept falling soft but true, and every flake felt more than you. I held your name inside my chest, like it might keep my heart from rest. But love grew light, then slipped right through. When snow felt heavier than you, that's when I knew we were breaking in two. I carried us while you let go, watched all forever turn to gold. Your absence weighed more than the truth. When snow felt heavier than you. Your jacket's still behind my door. It doesn't keep me warm no more. Your voice lives on in winter air, but never answers when I'm there. I traced your footsteps in the white. They disappear before midnight. I loved you more than words can do, but love alone couldn't pull you through. When snow felt heavier than you, that's when my heart finally knew. I stayed and froze, you walked away, left me with nights that never change. Your goodbye fell without a sound, like snow that buried all we find. Maybe I asked for too much light. Maybe you feared the warmth inside. I would have stood through any storm if you had stayed to keep me warm. When snow felt heavier than you, every promise cracked in view. I learned how lonely love can be when you stop fighting next to me. The cold still knows my name by heart. Since the night you chose to part. The snow still falls, the world moves on, but I'm still standing where you're gone, learning how to feel brand new. After snow felt heavier than you. The leaves were gone, the sky turned pale. Your voice grew distant, your touch grew frail. We said forever under fading light, but winter crept in, silent as night. I held your name like a fragile flame, but the cold winds whispered You stopped reaching, I felt the change. Love grew quiet, strange and estranged. I lost you to the winter, to the cold you let inside. Every promise froze between us, every tear I tried to hide. I was still fighting for the fire, while you let the season win. I lost you to the winter, and I've been cold ever since. Your eyes were there, but you weren't close. Your heart was drifting, I felt it most. We shared the silence more than the truth. I stayed believing you slowly moved. I wrapped my love around your pain, but the snow kept falling all the same. You stopped believing I felt the fall. Love grew distant, fragile, small. I lost you to the winter, to the cold you let inside. Every promise froze between us, every tear I tried to hide. I was still fighting for the fire, while you let the season win. I lost you to the winter, and I've been cold ever since. Maybe spring will come someday, maybe I'll thaw and find my way. But tonight I'm stuck in frozen time, still calling your heart, still calling mine. I lost you to the winter, when you stopped holding on. I stayed hoping for the sunlight, but you were already gone. Now every snowfall feels like you, every night feels too long. I lost you to the winter, and I'm learning how to go on. The world keeps turning, seasons change, but my heart still feels the same. I lost you to the winter, and it never fully went away. The leaves fell slow, the sky turned pale. Every road feels empty where we used to trail. Your name still hangs in the evening air, but your warmth is gone, you're no longer there. I count the days by the ache inside. Every season changed, but you never tried. I held on tight through the cold and dark, but love can fade without leaving a mark. A season without your heart feels like winter tearing me apart. alone where our future stood, missing the love I believed you could. A season without your heart is learning how to breathe while breaking apart. The nights grow longer, the mornings hurt. Your absence feels heavier than the words. I replay the moments we used to know, like songs on repeat. I can't let go. I gave you my all, my fragile truth, but you walked away in your borrowed youth. I waited through storms, I waited through pain, but some goodbyes arrive without a name. A season without your heart feels like winter tearing me apart. Every laugh, every touch, every promise we made, lost in the silence where our colors once stayed. I'm standing alone where our future stood, missing the love I believed you could. A season without your heart is learning how to breathe while breaking apart. Maybe spring will find me someday, teach my heart how to heal this pain. But tonight I'm still calling your name, in a season that only remembers the rain. A season without your heart, every memory hits me sharp. I'm still here loving what's already gone, still holding on when the warmth moved on. The world keeps turning, but I stay the same, carrying loss like an unending flame. A season without your heart left me surviving, but torn apart. If love ever comes back to this place, I hope it stays. Unlike you, unlike a season without your heart. The warmth we had has vanished. A cold wind fills my chest. Your love once burned so brightly, but now it leaves me less. I feel the silence freezing, every word we left unsaid, and all the dreams we held close are buried in the snow instead. I try to hold pieces of a heart that's turning white, but every memory of you chills me through the night. When snow fell inside me, it covered all I knew. The laughter, the promises, the love I had with you. I'm frozen in the echoes of the warmth that slipped away. When snow fell inside me, I lost the light of day. I see your face in frost, hear your voice in the wind. Every moment that we had feels like it cannot begin. The fire we built together is buried feels like morning dew, and the heart I thought was ours is covered by the snow of you. When snow fell inside me, it covered all I knew. The laughter, the promises, the love I had with you. I'm frozen in the echoes of the warmth that slipped away. When snow fell inside me, I lost the light of day. Maybe time will melt the frost and thaw the pain I feel, but tonight I'm buried deep in a love I can't repeal. Every tear becomes a river, every memory a freeze, and I'm trapped in the silence of the cold you left with ease. When snow fell inside me, it covered all I knew. The laughter, the promises, the love I had with you. I'm frozen in the echoes of the warmth that slipped away. When snow fell inside me, I lost the light of day. When snow fell inside me, I became a wintered soul, a heart once full of fire, now frozen, lost, and cold. You left without a warning. Your love slipped through my hands. The warmth we shared together, now frozen where it stands. The laughter that once filled the rooms is buried under ice, and every memory I touch feels like a sacrifice. I tried to hold on to you, but you drifted far away. Now all that's left behind is the cold of yesterday. Winter held what you dropped, all the pieces of our love, every promise, every dream, frozen in the snow above. See your face in the frost, hear your voice in the breeze. The fire we built together has vanished, left me on my knees. I reach for fleeting moments, but they melt before my eyes, and every step I take forward reminds me of our goodbyes. Gather fragments of the love we couldn't keep, but winter holds your absence in its quiet, frozen deep. Winter held what you dropped, all the pieces of our love. once full of fire, now frozen, longing still. The snow fell softly on our hands, as if it knew the end. Every step we took together couldn't mend what couldn't bend. Your eyes were distant, silent, your heart no longer mine, and the world around us shivered in the cold of frozen time. I tried to hold your warmth through the frost that came between, but some love can't survive the cold that goes unseen. The snow that watched us send fell quietly over our pain. Every laugh we shared before was washed away like rain. I'm left with empty echoes and a heart I can't defend. The snow that watched us send remembers what we couldn't mend. I trace the traces you left behind, footprints fading in the white. The fire that once burned so bright is gone, replaced by night. I reach for fleeting moments, but they slip like frozen sand. And every dream we built together is now too cold to stand. I beg the world for mercy for a love that couldn't stay, but the snow just kept falling and carried you away. The snow that watched us send fell quietly over our pain. Every laugh we shared before was washed away like rain. I'm left with empty echoes and a heart I can't defend. The snow that watched us send remembers what we couldn't mend. Maybe someday spring will come and melt the hurt I feel, but tonight I'm frozen in the past, in a love I can't heal. Every flake becomes a memory, every frost a silent friend, and I'm trapped beneath the cold of the snow that watched us send. The snow that watched us send fell quietly over our pain. Every laugh we shared before was washed away like rain. I'm left with empty echoes and a heart I can't defend. The snow that watched us send remembers what we couldn't mend. The snow that watched us send carries the love we lost, a season frozen forever, and the ache of its cost. We held each other through the nights, believing warmth could conquer all. but the frost crept in between us and began to make us fall. Your eyes once burned like sunlight, now they're shadows I can't reach. And every word we left unspoken is a lesson winter tried to teach. I thought our love was stronger than the cold that touched our hands, but some hearts can't endure the chill life never planned. Love that couldn't survive the cold, faded where the frost began. The fire we built together slipped quietly through my hands. I'm standing in the silence of the warmth we used to know. Love that couldn't survive the cold left me with nothing but the snow. I trace the moments that we had, but they shatter in my grasp. The laughter and the whispered dreams are echoes of the past. I reach for the warmth you left, but it melts before my eyes. And every step I take forward carries the chill of our goodbyes. I tried to hold the pieces of a heart you couldn't save, but love that couldn't survive the cold fought slowly to the grave. Love that couldn't survive the cold, faded where the frost began. The fire we built together slipped quietly through my hands. I'm standing in the silence of the warmth we used to know. Love that couldn't survive the cold left me with nothing but the snow. Maybe someday the sun will rise and melt the pain away, but tonight I'm buried slowly in the love that couldn't stay. Every tear becomes a river, every memory it frees, and I'm left with only whispers of a love brought to its knees. Love that couldn't survive the cold, faded where the frost began. The fire we built together slipped quietly through my hands. I'm standing in the silence of the warmth we used to know. Love that couldn't survive the cold left me with nothing but the snow. Love that couldn't survive the cold, a heart frozen by your name. A story ended quietly with nothing left but pain. The nights grew longer when you walked away. December settled in and chose to stay. Your voice is gone, but it haunts the air. Every breath I take still feels unfair. I wrap my coat around the ache inside, trying to survive the love that died. I waited for the thaw, I waited for a sign. The streets are empty, just like my chest. Your name still echoes, it won't let me rest. I try to move on, I try to be strong, but winter reminds me where I went wrong. I gave you my warmth, I gave you my flame. Now I'm numb and nothing feels the same. I waited for the sun to break through the gray, but the season of you never faded away. A heart locked in winter, frozen deep where your loved ones entered. Every touch, every word, every dream we made turned to ice the moment you walked away. I'm standing alone in the place we began, holding the pieces of who I am. A heart locked in winter, still beating slow, still remembering you. Maybe spring will find me someday soon, teach my heart how to bloom. But tonight I'm stuck in your goodbye, watching all our colors die. A heart locked in winter, every hope buried under the silver. I'm still alive, but I feel so small, like love never mattered at all. The world keeps turning, but I remain, tracing your name in the falling rain. A heart locked in winter, still holding on to a love I can't undo. If you ever wonder why I feel so cold, it's because my heart never left that winter. A heart locked in winter. The frost crept into my chest as your shadow slipped away. The warmth we held together couldn't fight the endless gray. Every snowflake feels like teardrops falling quietly on the ground. And the silence of this season is the only sound I've found. I reach for the love we had, but it melts before my eyes. A winter written in loss under cold and empty skies. A winter written in loss, every heartbeat feels alone. The fire we tried to keep is buried under a stone. I'm walking through the memories of a love I can't reclaim. A winter written in loss, forever calling your name. I hear your laughter in the wind, but it fades into the night. The promises we made together have vanished out of sight. I cling to fleeting fragments of the warmth that once remained, but every step I take forward only deepens the pain. I try to fight the cold, but it seeps into my soul. A winter written in loss that time will never console. A winter written in loss, every heartbeat feels alone. The fire we tried to keep is buried under a stone. I'm understand.